ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Stardom Review. I am your co-host Andre C. Right over here, my co-host Melball. How you doing, Melball?
Almost forgot what show we were filming. That's how it's
Oh,
going here at Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk today. Oh, what a fun start to the show. I'm doing
oh,
great, Andre. We just filmed an awesome episode of Chop Talk, took in some amazing wrestling from the local scene later in the week to I guess this week. Yeah, Andre, how are you?
I'm doing absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, we're on show 2 of the recording day out of 2. We're not doing another one because it's almost 9:30 at night when we're starting this one. So, and I've had a long day. So, but we are here to talk some Stardom, which, man, the Cinderella tournament has been absolutely tremendous.
Hot diggity dang.
Hot
Hot
diggity.
diggity dang. It has been an incredible tournament. I think we've, oh man, these are the quarterfinals we're getting into, second rounds, third round.
Yeah,
Weird
like
rounds because of like people getting double eliminations and some
there was
not double eliminations.
yeah, it was mixed rounds on the first show, and then it's all
Mhm.
quarterfinals on the second show that we're going to talk about.
Sure.
But yeah, it very much I've messed up again.
And this is what we have come to know and love of Stardom Wrestling.
Oh no, I messed up our graphics again. I did something stupid.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what I
Beautiful
did.
chaos.
I messed it up on the last night, and I just have the wrong notes up. That's what it is. Everything's fine. Everything is hunky dory, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just crazy. That's all it is. I'm just
Again,
crazy.
beautiful chaos here on Andre and Melball's Wrestling.
Oh, today is just today has been an awesome day. I was at the theater with my mom watching Pretty Woman, and it was amazing. And now
Mm-hmm.
I'm hanging out with another very pretty woman, and just getting to talk
Oh,
some awesome wrestling
stop.
about some more very pretty women. So I cannot wait to get into this, and I think we're going to. We're gonna kick it off. It's the April 1st show. It is Cinderella Tournament second and third round matches. It's the six. We kick it off with the sixth. What the heck? We don't. No, a tag team match. It is Queen's Quest, Azumi and Hina taking on Aya Sakura and Momo Kohgo. Aya Sakura is one of the new girls, right? From the just
Correct,
brand new
yes.
crop. Yeah. She had
Yes.
her first match against Giulia. I want to say
Correct.
last time we did our last time.
Yes.
Yes.
You're correct.
Okay.
That opened the show. Was another opener.
Yeah. So yeah, it is her. Well, I don't think it's her second match now, but I know it's wrestled probably a couple since. But yeah, we
Mm.
have brand new people, and I'll say this: Azumi and Momo, when they're in there together, they're so smooth. Like
Mm-hmm.
just like Momo's only been around for a couple years. Azumi's been around a lot longer. She started training very young, but like they seem to have this ability to just move together and like groove. Cause I don't know how to say it, but it's very smooth, and I very did much enjoy those two working together.
Mm-hmm. I have to agree. Yeah, Azumi especially was putting everybody through the kind of ringer in the first little bit of that. Aya was really working hard with Azumi, and coming into the company, like we can't expect her to keep up with the high speed champion instantaneously. Man, that girl's been doing this again, as you mentioned, a hot minute. She's quick. She's good at what she does. Aya actually, though, very interesting karate esque style to me. Very kicky, very punchy, very almost very God's eye. It's interesting to see that Hanako has kind of been embraced by God's eye before Aya, just because of that karate background that we see with Inaba and with Sohrei, but also with Mirai, who's kind of got that judo background also. But gosh, look how cute she is. She reminds me of Yvonne, doesn't she? Just so cute, like just happy to be here, pretty as all hell,
Mm-hmm.
beating up the other girls. Um, the only thing that I also had mentioned in here was Azumi has an amazing shotgun drop kick. The drop kick that she did on Momo off that top rope was absolutely insane. And gosh dang, did Momo launch on that? She just freaking tumbled inside out and across the ring there. Absolutely incredible.
But it's very much reminiscent of the Daniel Bryan style drop kick that he was doing in
Mhm.
WWE, that where he hurt his neck from those falls were what helped damage give him the damage. So when I see other people doing it, I'm like, learn from him and just do a standard missile drop kick and fall on your front. Don't wreck your neck, please. But Azumi is absolutely incredible.
Mhm.
Her style is so good. But in the end, Hina hits a beautiful judo throw. Those judo throws by Hina, looking straight on point. And she hits what she calls Zarabuka, which is also known as a big ending in North America, and hit onto Aya Sakura and gets the win. Again, big old win for Hina here.
I'm looking at this picture going, my goodness, how much does Hina look like Yuna Mizumori in that picture?
Yeah, actually.
That's kind of scary, but kind of awesome at the same time. I love it.
It's like
This was a fun
scary.
little opener.
It's scary good.
It's scary good.
Yeah, but yeah, really fun opener.
Hmm.
Like kick the
Hmm.
show off, really get you warmed up to go in to the Cinderella tournament. First of I think
Yes.
6 matches on this show for the Cinderella tournament, which all
Mhm.
these 6 matches set up the 4 matches in quarterfinals. It just
Correct.
it, again, the Cinderella tournament is a weird old mess with all the draws and people moving to multiple rounds, and it's just
Hmm.
I don't know anymore. But I enjoy the hell of this tournament because every match is under 10 minutes, and that
Hmm.
makes me happy.
Hmm. Hmm. As does it me, because then I can use it as a warm up at the gym and make everyone around me be like, "What the hell is she watching?"
Yeah, so we kick off the first of Cinderella tournament matches with Miss Shoulder Boulders herself, Iida,
Mhm.
taking on Mirai. These two, just early on, just smashing into each other and each trying to dominate the power game. Was
Mhm.
so cool to watch because again, Iida is smaller than Mariah, but she's just jacked little girl, and
Mhm.
you don't mess with somebody with those shoulder boulders, man.
Oh
No,
no. Saeed is almost like a tiny version of Otis. You wouldn't mess with Otis. You don't mess with Saeeda. She's going to step up to you and she's not going to back down. And that's exactly what we saw in this match was just Iida refusing to give up an inch to Mirai. It was absolutely incredible. Did you see that spine buster that
mm-hmm.
Iida hit on Mirai? That thing was authoritative. That thing was, I'm going to say, arguably better than anyone that I've seen Triple H do. That was
Yeah,
pretty clear.
still not quite Arn, but almost.
Almost.
But like what I really love from these two is the smashing into it at the beginning, then the
Mhm,
trading of the forearms back and forth, and then there's a
mhm,
point where they're both kneeling, just clotheslining each other, and then coming back up and clotheslining the other one, then coming back up and clotheslining the other one. That
mhm,
was really it's just that whole. I will not back down for you, and Mariah going, "I am better than you," smashing down. It's like I will not back down for you, and it was just that I loved it.
mhm,
Yeah,
I love
that
it.
Spinebuster was absolutely tremendous. But in the end,
Aw.
Mirai hits the Miramare shock, gets the win, and moves on to the quarterfinals.
It was
Absolutely
a hard fought
tremendous.
win for her, though.
Yeah. But dude, these two smashed the crap at each other, but it was an absolutely phenomenal match.
I gotta say, though, we are noticing, or at least I'm noticing, Mira might be a little too smashy too much. Each time we are seeing her, there seems to be just a little bit more tape added to that right arm, extending down to the elbow. Before we saw it, it was just sort of on the shoulder. Now it's getting pretty close to that elbow. The Cinderella tournament has been very hard on her, and the tournaments she's been doing beforehand with the Goddess of Stardom champion and the
The artist,
Triangle
the
Derby
triangle,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, and then of course, yeah, she was involved in the New Blood tag series as well.
Hmm.
She has been working so hard. That shoulder is taking one heck of a beating. Let's hope that she can kind of figure that out before the end of this Cinderella tournament.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Mhm.
Move on to the second Cinderella tournament match. It is Thekla, DDM's Thekla, taking on Club Venus's, at this point, newest member, Xena. So I need to ask you, because did you listen when Mina's introducing Xena? Did she introduce her as Strong Thunder?
I heard Taste of Thunder.
Oh, because she said something else on the next day too. So I'm not. I thought I heard Strong Thunder, but I wasn't sure because as much as Mina's speaking in English, she speaks it with such a heavy accent that
It
sometimes it's
is,
hard to
yeah.
understand the things she says. Like when
Yeah, I heard
like
Taste of
Mariah May's
Thunder, but
first.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was something Thunder. That's all I know. She introduced her as.
Mhm.
But I was just wondering if you got it. So maybe it is Taste of Thunder. I'm not sure. But yeah,
Mhm.
I very much love that Mina does the intros for these girls.
Yeah, it's either Taste of Thunder or Piece of Thunder, but it's something Thunder.
Yeah, I know
Thunder
it's something
something.
Thunder. Yeah, good.
Thunderstruck.
Yeah, good wrestling and domination by Thekla at the start of this. Like Thekla really
Mhm.
coming into this hot, but
Mhm.
Xena with that like coming back and hitting that beauty scoop snap power slam, that Randy Orton style power slam.
Oh yeah, so
Ah,
quick,
so good,
so
so good.
quick.
Yeah, Thekla getting that front chancery, like that saber esque jump up and like get them in the choke of the front chancery choke. But
Mhm.
Xena ends up running her into the corner, and Xena gets the 2 count out of it, which is
Mhm.
which is not usual. We get a French chancery, you bring somebody down and get a pin usually, but she running in her in and get a 2 count of it. I was like, I like that.
Mhm.
Um, Xena working the wrist control on those chops though,
Mhm.
smart.
Mhm.
But Theka coming back right with that tilt whirl into the DT. That spear by Thekla. Ooh,
Brutal.
lethal. But in the end,
Mhm.
Xena picks up a very surprising win because, especially I very much do like Xena. I really thought Thekla was going to be the one to move on in this tournament.
Really?
Like I no, I'm very happy. Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy Xena moved on because I've become a
Mhm.
very big fan of this girl very quickly.
Mhm. Mhm.
But the Thekla's been doing so well lately that I
Mhm.
really thought this girl could have been a semifinalist in this tournament, and I was really surprised that she got knocked out here. Like there has been some surprising knockouts in this tournament. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but yeah, she hit her with the Thundershock, which is the off the shoulders into the double knee gut buster, and
Mhm.
picks up a big win. I think a big win here for Xena.
Mhm. I agree. I agree. Um, you know the love that I have for Thekla, like everything that she does, I want to emulate. I've taken this hairstyle. I've tried to take her swagger. I'm trying to get those shoulders. Everything about her I love. But when I saw these two get in the ring across from each other, I went, holy heckin' crap. Does Thekla give up a lot of size
Mm-hmm.
to Xena? And then it's not to say that Xena's a big girl. She's voluptuous, yes, but like Thekla's tiny. Like Thekla's
Yeah.
me tiny, like 5'3" below average human size, and Xena is an average size. So like Thekla did give up a lot of size, and as much as I love Thekla, as soon as I did see them kind of get in the ring together, I was like, shit, she's not going to be able to, because as much as she was powerful in the beginning there, once Xena got dominant, Xena got dominant, and
Mm-hmm.
she Thekla was working hard to try to regain that dominance back, but she just, I feel like the size advantage that Xena had over her was what enabled her to essentially, she lawn chaired Thekla at the end of that match. That wasn't just a pin. She lawn chaired her. Her
Mm-hmm.
knees were in her teeth.
Yeah.
Like it was awesome though. I really, really like this match. And just like you, I'm a big fan of Xena. Mina Shirakawa, I mean, girl, you getting together a really good team here. And I gotta say, it's gotta be the most international team I think that Stardom has right now. Almost every single, I would say, outside of Japan wrestler besides like Thekla and maybe Jazzy Gabbert are wrestling within, I believe, Club Venus, if I'm not mistaken, which is incredible. it gives them a stage, it gives the other girls opportunities. And like, think about how great this is going to be for Club Venus to be like the flagship of Stardom, along with, Miyu Iwatani, who's also kind of getting on the IWGP train there. But we've got the huge team now with Xena, Mariah May, Zaya Brookside, Mina Shirakawa, and what was her name? Jessica?
She will debut
Jessie.
on the. She debuted on the April 6th show, which we are not reviewing today. But she
Right.
was known as Jessie Kamea in NXT. Just now going
Right.
by Jessie.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, she does join the team on April 6th. But
Yeah.
we'll talk about her when we talk about the
When we get there.
April 23rd show. When we talk that
Mhm.
show with the. Or actually, when we talk the April 15th show, sorry, the
Mhm.
finals for the Cinderella tournament.
Yeah, but Club Venus is definitely going to take Stardom, I think, international, and that's definitely the team to do it.
I love it. I very much love it because there's very few. Like there's Thekla. You can consider Giulia, I guess, because she's half Italian,
Mm.
but she is Japanese, so she is half Japanese.
Well, and
But there's
Jazzy Gabbert too. Jazzy Gabbert from the Neo Stardom Army.
she's adopted Japanese. But yeah, there's not very many of. I mean, most of the foreigners. Club Venus is picking them up, and I'm very much enjoying that. I'm very much love
Hmm.
seeing these girls work together. And speaking of Club Venus, we got Mariah May.
Hmm. Taking on the lady.
My Sakurai. So you got Mai versus May.
May versus Mai versus May. That's not
Yeah.
confusing.
May right out of the gate in this match just runs and just boots Mai right in the face, just boom,
Hmm.
and then just
Hmm.
unloads with chops in the corner, and then goes into a beautiful spinning sidewalk slam.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, she's got the size of it, and like Maya's not a small girl. She's got some height, but May is bigger. Like, and you can see she is stockier too. She's got some more
Hmm.
size on her, and she used it in this match.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Them kicks. Holy dang. Mariah May. So good at those kicks. So
Mm-hmm.
good. And I gotta say, when usually, I've mentioned before with like people like Nane, where sometimes the yelling and screaming and the whoop de whooping is a little too much. It's a little too loud, a little distracting. Mariah May, every noise that she makes, though, sometimes it makes me giggle. It's appropriate to the situation. So like there's been times where someone's been like really throwing her up and she'll just be like, "Ah!" And it adds
It
so
fits.
much to it
Yeah, it
because
fits.
sometimes people are just silent and it's just like, hmm. But then you have someone like locally speaking, I'm not always a fan of it, but you have Harlan Abbott, who when he's doing the same thing, he'll go, oh shit. It adds to the entertainment value of it because it takes something that would just be like someone going, ooh, to someone going, ooh, ah, ha, ha, nah,
Mm.
nah. So like I really enjoyed how she did that. The fighting on the apron though really had me concerned. Um, they seem to be dropping each other quite a bit on the apron, and then of course with the Cinderella tournament, the elimination over the top rope. Looked like Club Venus was ready to catch Mariah May when and if she fell.
But they missed her.
Yeah, I mean, the light. Maybe it was all the bling on her outfit just
Blinded
got in
them.
her eyes.
Mm. Like I'll give it. There's a really cool spot with when Mai got May in position for that inverted DDT, and then
Mm,
May steps up the ropes and flips backwards over, and then hits a beautiful German suplex from it, and then
yes.
goes up and hits that diving like drop double the diving drop kick.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, it was just a great little sequence that I really did
So
enjoy.
good. So good.
Yeah, but at the end of the match, they were fighting on the apron. Mai goes up to the top, and Mariah May goes for the Trish Stratus style uh, handstand into the Rana off the top.
Hmm.
But May stops and just shoves her, and she goes tumbling to the floor and does get eliminated. And my Sakurai moving on to the quarters.
And like, how interesting has the development been with my Sakurai's attitude Going into this Cinderella tournament, she was kind of like the "Yay, happy to be here, Donna Damando, woot" kind of character before. Now she's coming out here. She's like, "I'm the lady. I'm getting expensive stuff. I'm eating at the expensive restaurant," and calling the audience, poor and ugly. And she's a
Well,
lady. Oh, I
on,
love it.
on this one, she says that where you're going to go for restaurant, where you're going to go for food. And Maya says the crowd only deserves frozen gyoza from the supermarket, while she gets to go out and have gourmet gyoza. So
Hmm.
I laughed at that. I'm like, I love her little
So
aftermatch
snobby.
speeches. I love it. It's making me just be so much more invested into this character, who I found,
Oh yeah.
while very good in the ring, I've always found a
Mhm,
kind of generally bland character. But
mhm,
now I'm really like, she's giving me something, and I love it.
mhm, mhm. It really fits that Donna Del Mondo women of the world kind of ideal there.
Hmm. But we move on to the next match of the tournament. It's Tam Nakano taking on Natsuko Tora. This match was great.
Whew, was it ever? I was excited about this one when we saw each other on Thursday. I was asking you if you had seen this one yet, because gosh dang, Tora is just freaking vicious.
Hmm.
That woman, like, mean, and I love it. I live for it. Her hair tosses where she was just grabbing Tam by the roots and just chucking her across the ring like she was
Oh,
nothing.
brutal.
Absolutely and crazy. And then getting them out of the ring, of course, because Oedo Tai, it is what it is. They always go to the outside. Her launching Tam into the seats, and she went forward.
Oh,
Like it was
my
like,
oh, my back hurts.
yeah.
My back hurts just thinking about it. Like, oh, I feel literally when you're talking about that, a pain, the shot in my back. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, like
oh.
she was vicious, very vicious. But this is what we expect of Tora. I mean, the girl comes out with a doki pipe. Like she's not hitting stuff or throwing stuff. Like if you're not catching hands from Tora, is she really in the room?
It's true. You are right. But yeah,
Tam
these.
Nakano though, she fought so hard,
Hmm.
so hard.
Yeah,
Andre, what do you think?
yeah, I really enjoyed these two. Again, Tora vicious, but Tam really using her speed, using that, like, just trying to kill her with the moves she does. But
Hmm.
like I very much liked it. But yeah, they end up on the apron at the end, and while
Hmm.
Tam gets a kick to the head, Tora ends up getting her up on her shoulders, because Tora hit her with a case, or with a, yeah.
Hmm.
Tora hit her in the head with the case, got handed the case, which, like, it's right in front of the referee.
He was being distracted by
Oh,
Starlight
was
Kid.
he? Okay,
Yes,
so
Starlight
yeah,
Kid was up on the apron. Yeah,
okay, at least they're not as stupid as House of
it's
Torture.
not Health of Torture.
Yeah. Okay, so at least somebody's distracting the ref, but I still think these
Mhm.
refs are absolute trash. But she hits her with the case, gets her up on the shoulders, and just tosses her off her shoulders to the floor.
I think the
Damn
kids
that,
call that yeet. He yeeted her.
yeeted her to the floor. Tam Nakano gets eliminated, and Natsuko moves on to the quarterfinals.
Yes, and then while they were fighting on the apron, Tam did get knocked off, but Cosmic Angel's counterparts did manage to kind of throw her back
Yes,
into the ring there to keep her into this ring or into the match. I was honestly surprised after that point. I actually thought that Tam was actually
me too.
slated to maybe take that, especially given how Stardom does kind of have that cookie cutter thing that we've mentioned before, where it's like the person who gets dominated in the first part of the match is usually the person who's going to come out on top. In this situation, it was actually not the case, whereas Tam did get dominated a lot in the first part of this match, and unfortunately was not able to make that comeback and capitalize on that. So that was very interesting.
Yeah, it was. I really liked it, because
Oh
it
yeah.
surprised it surprised me.
Yes, it made for a pleasant surprise to the end of the match, especially for me, because like I love both of these women, but I'm not gonna lie, when it comes down to just straight out strikeability and dominance, I'm a pick Tora.
Very much so. So we're gonna get into the final match of the
Oh
Cinderella
dear.
tournament from the April 1st show. It's Syuri taking on Saki Kashima. Saki did not want to come out. Syuri had to go to the back, drag
Don't
her
blame
out.
her.
Saki's playing scared. There was a funny spot where each like it reminiscent of what we just watched this past uh, couple days ago at Top Talent, which we'll hear about in a couple days. They're each bouncing off the rope and then trying to hit the other, and then the other one's hitting the rope and bouncing off. I very much love that. It was just a fun little spot. I was just like,
Mhm.
I was like, yeah. I was like, that's fun. But yeah, Oedo Tai, they get Syuri handcuffed to the ropes, and this is where
Mhm.
Saki really is like, I'm tough now, and starts kicking Syuri in the back, and Syuri's like taking it, but you can tell that she's like more annoyed than anything about the kicks, more than hurt, because she's like, I can't get off. And then Syuri just, and then is it Saki poured water on her head?
Last
So
thing you do to a hothead is add water.
yeah. So Syuri ends up breaking out and just unload kicks and then pin attempts, applies a knee bar. But Saki getting through it, gets to the ropes. Like then Syuri gets her in the stretch muffler, but again, Saki gets to the ropes again. Like this chick is resilient as heck.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
in the end, Saki slipped out of like a power slam position and
Hmm.
then ends up throwing powder in Syuri's face, gets a roll up, but only gets two. So then she gets her sneaky roll up, the Kishikase, and
Hmm.
gets the win. Huge win. Like huge win.
Huge win. That's a former, World of Stardom champion there. And this is someone who's known for kicking the crap out of each other. Literally, like she will kick the soul out of your body. We have watched her kick Natsuko inside out. But man, Saki, I gotta say, as someone who regularly plays the NJPW Strong Spirits game, Kashima Saki is actually a partner card that you can unlock. And one of her traits, one of her really well sought after traits, actually, in my opinion, is the resiliency card that she has. And it allows you to come back and build up your defense insanely, like 70%. Like if you're getting your shit wrecked. So it's like it's obviously something that she has made work for her over the years, and we've spoken about it extensively in the past when we talk about her ability to just seemingly survive everything. Like it's absolutely insane. Yeah, Syuri, I was shocked on this one. I don't know who was more shocked though, me or Syuri.
I think Syuri.
She was pretty pissed. The
Mm-hmm.
background segments will show you how pissed she was.
Yeah. But again, I really liked again, we're seeing underdogs go through it. I really like
Mhm.
that. I'm liking seeing these girls move on. They
That is
didn't expect
factual.
to move on. I'm really enjoying it.
Hmm. I am as well.
We're gonna move on. 6-woman tag match. It's Donna Del Mundo's Giulia, Himeka, and Micah taking on a multi-faction team of God's Eyes, Ami Sohrei, Queen's Quest, Lady C, and Power Passion Pineapples, Yuna Mizumori.
I
Like,
called this team mismatch because I didn't know what
yeah,
else to call them.
yeah. And this is where I made a note of. I don't know if I like Julia's short hair. Like I saw it and I was like, oh, what the heck?
Blame
I
Town
love.
Nakano for that one. She cut her hair.
Yeah, I know, but I was like, I loved her braids when she had it. I really did like the long hair that you see in the picture there.
Hmm.
I was just like, I'm gonna have to get used to this because, like, I'll admit this. I'm in love with Giulia. This woman has my heart, but along with and so does Mina Shirakawa, so does Saida. You know what I mean.
A
But
list.
I got a list, but I'm like, I gotta get used to this because again, when she took out because I only last year when we started watching this all these shows together to do this, she had the braids in,
Hmm.
right? And then she took them out, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get used to this. And then I was like, oh, I like this. And then now it's her hair. I'm like, I'm just have to get used to this. It's just at first I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's a different do. It's a different do, but it's something that I think we both know about Giulia, and it's something that I think we both like about Giulia, is that
Mhm.
she is just known for being a chameleon in this business. She changes her look pretty much like she changes her panties. And, I'm not mad about it. It really does add to her character. It adds to the
Mhm.
charm of her. And it does add to an excitement factor of what is she going to look like this time. Whereas, like, you know how much I love Micah, but she's been wearing the same gear for a hot minute. Same with Himeka. Himeka is retiring,
So,
obviously.
yeah,
Let that go. But, like, I'd like to see Micah wear a little something different.
I think you're good. I think after April 23rd, when Micah and Himeka face off, it could be on that show, but I think you're gonna see Micah come out with like not completely drastically change her look, but I think new gear, new kind of look.
Mhm.
It's kind of signify this is the beginning of a new
100%.
chapter. Like I'm going singles and moving on,
Mhm.
unless they bring Lady C in, which I'm still goddamn hoping for Lady C to defect.
You never
'Cause
know at this point. You never know.
yeah, but great. I thought great 6 woman tag here. Like
100%.
just seeing Omni and Lady C and Yuna working together the way they did, it was like it was really good to see them work together in there.
Mhm. Mhm, mhm. I actually really felt there was definitely a story kind of building there between Giulia and Yuna Mizumori. Giulia really laying into
Hmm.
Yuna, especially in the first part of their kind of time in the beginning there, and again at the end of the match, there having a little bit of a dissatisfaction, we'll say, conversation between the two of them. But man, is it really apparent to me why Giulia is the champion? I mean, she again has this amazing shotgun drop kick that she can just pull out of nowhere, and she dropped that on Ami Sohrei and again kicked her right across the ring. Um, the one spot that I absolutely found hilarious was Yuna Mizumori picking up Ami and trying to do that like little face buster, like I don't know, the
Hmm.
glam slam or whatever on with Ami on to I think it was Giulia.
Yeah,
But Giulia had the presence of mind to move out of the way, so Ami just ate shit.
Ami was
And
pissed.
oh yeah, and then right after, Micah and Himeka obviously saw what was going on. They kind of run in and followed with a double stomps on
Hmm.
both Ami and Yuna after they both ate shit. And
Yep.
then Giulia, it was a funny little kind of spot for me. Even though it kind of not work well for Ami and Yuna, I thought it was a fun little thing to do that was unique, to just kind of pull out of nowhere, especially for a team that, again, it just kind of seems very mismatched.
Yeah. Again, for a mismatched team, they actually did pretty well in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the end, though, Micah hitting that kata ha. She calls it a kata hajime or Jimmy. It's Jime, so I say Jime.
Hmm.
It's a rear naked choke. A modified rear naked choke on because on Lady C, and then the other two members of Don Demona got submissions on Lady C's partners, and Lady C is forced to submit.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
But I thought
And just what a different choke, like what a different submission. It's been a while since I've seen a submission that was, I don't want to say simplistic, but it really is.
yeah,
It's really a simple submission.
yeah, like there was I'll say this. You said it's a mismatch. But there was a really great spot where Yuna, when she puts somebody up on her shoulders like the Alabama Slam, and then runs and cannonballs them into the corner. I'm calling it the cannonball spear at this point because it's kind of what it is. And then sends Micah out, and Ami hitting that big clothesline. Then Lady C picking the choke slam up right from there to get a pin, but it gets broken up. For people that are regularly fighting each other, they seem to work together very well.
Hmm. Hmm. And I have
Yeah,
something to mention on that on the April 2nd show also that we will get to
there's a
soon
bunch of
here.
those. There's a bunch of those. We're gonna move on to the upcoming main event of the evening. It's Queen Quest, Miyu Amasaki, Saya Kamitani, Utami Hayashishita, taking on Cosmic Angels, Mina Shirakawa, Natsupoi, and
Did you
Waka
say main
Tsuyama.
event?
Semi-main event.
Oh, semi. Okay.
Yes, semi-main event. I love Waka. Like this girl, like I loved her story, and they're only just riding this wave of Waka being awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's getting right inside Kamitani's face, wanting to start it with her because like Mina's getting inside Kamitani's face, and then Waka just steps in front of Mina, getting inside his face, and then this is where Miyu comes in. They start to wrestle, but like I love the attitude.
Yeah, I mean, Waka, man, like you're absolutely right. The development in character that she has had over the last little while has been absolutely incredible. But man, did she take a little bit of a beating there from Utami at the beginning? um, yeah, I mean, but it's Utami as the Red Queen. Yes, not the lady to mess with right there.
Ain't the lady to
Um,
mess with.
oh, she is definitely one of my favorite, if not the favorite female active wrestler right now, just based on her skill in that ring alone and ability to perform. Mina coming in super duper strong, but like Queen's Quest really outsmarted her, catching her with that triple drop kick. Um, the showdown between Saya and Mina, I mean, gosh dang, that was savage. I'm looking forward to these two fighting again. Miyu nearly pinning Natsupoi. What the heck?
That
That
was
was absolutely
surprising.
incredible. And Mina having to save
Mm-hmm.
Natsupoi from that pin. Absolutely insane. Miyu did incredible in this one. We love her pendulum DDT, which I'm finally remembering.
Yeah.
Pulled a double pendulum DDT. I believe it was on Waka and Natsupoi.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so.
the triple axe kick, though, that the Cosmic Angels all did, I believe it was on Kamitani. Such a nice little shout out to Tom Nakano, who is always known for doing that amazing little axe kick.
Mm-hmm.
Natsupoi, I just love her. I love her so much. It was
Mm-hmm.
very nice to see these two teaming again. And when I say these two, I mean Natsupoi and Mina.
Mm-hmm.
Just because after the last time we had kind of seen them together in the ring was for the Cinderella tournament, where they both had that double elimination and neither one of them was happy with each other. And they were kind of slapping each other's ish up. Happy to see that they've resolved that. Clearly able to work together in this. Andre, what do you think of this?
I really had a good time. Like, the biggest thing for me coming out of this is they had only a little bit of interaction in this, but Mina and Utami, when they were in there together, the brief that it was, I'm like, all it makes me want to do is see more. All it makes me want is that when Mina wins this Wonder title on April 23rd, I wanted Tommy to challenge her for it.
Oh, that would be interesting. And it would be a good way for Tommy to begin her climb back to that red belt.
Yes, very much so. But like again, I am very much in the hopes that Mina wins that belt. But
I mean, Kamitani has made a lot of defenses on this one. I mean, at some point, what goes up must come down, right?
but yeah, great match over
Mhm.
over this match, and Mina and Saya after the match just start slapping the shit at each other,
Mhm.
brawling. The teams break it up, and then they start brawling again. The teams break it up again, and you can see like Mariah May and Xena in there pulling people apart. Again, they're associated with Cosmic Angels, I understand, so
Mhm. Mhm.
they're in there pulling people, and it was great. Like I'm just like I
Mhm.
cannot wait for April 23rd for that match.
Sorry, did you call the finish on this? I didn't recall you hearing it
Oh,
or saying it.
that triple axe kick, and then Netspoy hits the Ferial Gift splash for the win.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you said it because you talked about the axe kick.
No,
That's why.
no.
That's
I
why
left you to say it because I know you love Natsupoi.
I very much do. We move on to the main event of the evening. It's Oedo Tai's Momo Watanabe, Rina, Raka, and Starlight Kid taking on stars Hanan, Hazuki, Kogumo, Mayu Otani. Fast start. Fast start. Hazuki, Starlight Kid just going at it. They love that.
Mhm.
Wait, I love when these two start a match because they're
Mhm.
just killing each other. In it, like there's some really fun spots in this. Mayu hitting a German, then Momo comes right back with a tiger suplex, and then they both get up and like dual kick each other in the head. I'm like, yes, give me more. it just I love it, man. There
Mm.
was a great spot. Starlight Kid hit a 619 to Miyu in the ropes, while Momo kicks Miyu in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Perfection, like so
Yes.
good. Starlight Kid, beautiful SI moonsault from on the apron onto the floor to everybody. It was
Mhm.
so good. There's a really cool, like, was it who? I can't remember who. Koguma did like a wheelbarrow, and in comes Suzuki for the double knee facebuster, the
Yep.
MX,
Mhm.
while Miyu and
Hanan.
Hanan
Yep.
do a facebuster into the knees of Suzuki.
So
Oh,
good.
great
So
team!
good.
Such a great team move.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like so good.
I mean, both of these teams work so well together to come up with these just fun, crazy, unique moves that just flow into one another. And it creates such an amazing variety for us as the fans to watch. That judo toss that Hanan is like so good at. She pulls that thing like an RKO. She can really pull it out of nowhere and can make it look really super heavy and nasty. Um, that the end here was what surprised me. Not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting that,
Not
sort
me.
of. I was expecting half of it. I was expecting who got pinned, but I wasn't
Mm,
expecting the pinner. And I
yeah,
was
it's true.
pleasantly surprised about it.
Yeah, so the ending, Koguma and Hazuki launch Mayu Watani dropkick style into Rina in the corner and she hits her
Mm.
with the dropkick, and then Hanan hits like a bridging backdrop driver to Rina and picks up the win, pinning her sister. Mhm.
I was not expecting that. I was definitely expecting Rina to be the one to take the pin, but
Mhm.
I wasn't expecting Hanan. And as I said, I am pleasantly surprised about it. Because Hanan has just even since losing the Wonder, or so the Future of Stardom, because they're both freaking white. Future of Stardom Championship to Ami Sohrei. She, just like Syuri, after losing the red belt, has just stepped up time after time after time after time. Her judo toss on Ruaka. Ruaka, of all people, like Ruaka is a fantastic talent, but she's a much larger girl in comparison to Hanan. Hanan tossed her like she was nothing.
Mhm.
Like that, utterly incredible. This was a great ender. It did take me 3 times to watch it because it was a little bit longer than 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
I had to. It was too long for the warm up at the gym.
1.5 speed.
I can't do
That's
that.
what I watch everything on now. But yeah, after the match, Hanan gets the mic and she's talking. She says she wants to eventually team up with her sisters to go after the artist titles. So I'd like to see that. I really would.
It would be interesting to see. It would be interesting to see if Rena would and Hina would be down for that.
If they got a title shot, I think they would. I really do. Because there's just, in the end, you're fighting amongst factions, but in the end, you're still sisters.
That's true. That's true. One
Yep.
success is the other success.
Yeah. So we're going to move on to the April 2nd show. Started off with Micah versus Aya Sakura. This was Aya trying to do everything she can, and Micah just beating the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Like she would unload like 7, 8 forearms and strikes, and then Micah would just smack her once and drop her. It was very much that, and Aya getting a little bit of offense in, but it was very much Micah dominating throughout. And in the end, Micah does get the win, hitting these big boots, big strikes, hits a big ass suplex for 2, then gets the Sun Sazanka sweep for the win. It's the
Yeah.
Sazanka, but I just had sweep because it was a sweep.
Yeah, this one, you're absolutely right. It was just Micah beating the shit out of Aya.
Hmm.
Aya doing the same thing that she did with Giulia too. The drop kicks, drop kicks, drop kicks, drop kick, drop kick, and just Micah just dusting them off her shoulder like they were nothing. As poor Aya's running, I'm like, girl, just stop, please. This isn't gonna end well for you. and it didn't. Yeah, she was very much didn't get any offense in on Micah. It was just
Mm.
Micah, and I liked it because I like Micah. But yeah, it very much it was almost like a different attitude also with Micah, where she was almost like I don't want to say
Evolving.
arrogant about it, but she was definitely unapologetic.
Let's hope she's evolving to her next evolution to get a little Pokemon in this.
Micah Chan.
Let's see where she goes, because again, I think there's going to be an evolution in her on April
Mhm.
23rd. I think you're going to see that's where you're going to see the difference, because it's her final, it's her kind of her the beginning of her singles career at that point. I think.
I hope so.
Yeah. So we move on to tag team gauntlet match. There was no card for this, so I just made something weird. So
Just
okay, we're not going to get into this like as deep as, because there's a lot to this. It was like
Yeah.
25 minutes long, and there's like 8 matches. So I'm just going to get through this quickly. It starts out Hanan and Mayu Utami versus Hina and Rina, which is again the sisters.
Mhm.
Hanan rolls up Hina after a series of roll ups. She gets a roll up win. So then out comes Lady C and Miyu Amasaki to face off with Hanan and Mayu Utami. End of that match comes Miyu gets a double pendulum DDT. Lady C hits a big clothesline on Mayu for 2. Then Mayu gets a roll up out of nowhere on Lady C and gets the win. Right?
Correct.
Okay. Anything new on that one?
Nope.
Okay. Moving on.
I have the next one though.
Tam Nakano and Yuna Mizumori versus Hanan and Mayu Utami. Very much, again, Tam and Yuna. I love the dance.
I was gonna say how freaking as soon as it came out, I was like, is she gonna do it? Is Yuna Mizumori gonna do the dance? And as soon as she hit the ring and started doing it, I was like,
yeah.
It was insane. It was perfect.
One spot I need to talk about in this match. Yuna did that same flip thing, or she did like a slingshot version of what she did the day before with the Ami, but she did like a slingshot with Tam. But Hanan moves, or no, she like because she kind of just got grabbed by Yuna and got flipped, and Tam looked pissed about it.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, your girl likes being manhandled, but your girl likes to know when the manhandling is coming.
Yeah.
You know, if you need to be able to protect your face.
So yeah, Yuna ends up taking Mayu Utami to the floor, and there's a bunch of roll-up attempts from Tam, and Tam eventually gets a roll-up win on Hanan, and then shows Mayu on the floor, really confused, wearing Yuna's glasses.
Yeah, I didn't even understand. Like, where did Mayu come from? Where did the pineapple glass? She looked mad. She looked confused. I was like, looks like you just had a good night, my friend.
Yuna took her to the outside and then shoved the glasses on her face. Is what I'm assuming. Yeah. So we move on. It's Tam Nakano and Yuna Mizumori taking on Donna Del Mundo's Giulia and Thekla. Great little match, but they end up on the apron. And Yuna pulls Giulia like off the apron, who ends up pulling Tam off the apron because they went over the top rope onto the apron. And I guess this is again, it's a gauntlet, so I can understand over the top rope elimination. And both teams are eliminated. Yeah. Okay.
Weird tug of war there, yeah.
So we move on in this gauntlet match where both teams have been eliminated. So we're getting 2 new teams. So Oedo Tai's Raka and Starlight Kid taking on Kokuma and Momo Kohgo. End of this comes with Starlight Kid getting the stretch muffler on Momo, Kohgo, but Koguma comes in to try to make the save, and she starts breaking it up. But this is where she gets pulled out of the ring by Raka, and Momo taps out. And I love Momo's new gear. I love it.
Very much more Stars appropriate, I think.
Well, she was wearing her old gear the night before, but like when she puts her new gear on, I love it. And so out comes Club Venus's Mina Shirakawa, Mariah. Again, beautiful dance. Just like I gotta give it up to them too. Mina getting all the leg breakers and attacking the leg, figure 4 inside the kid. End of it, Starlight Kid tosses Mina over the top rope. Then May dumps Starlight Kid over the top. And this is the really confusing part because didn't May knock Mina off the ropes inadvertently? And Mina hit the floor. And then Ruaka hit Starlight Kid, who knocked her to the floor. So did the ref get distracted and then just see the two girls on the floor and say it's over? That's what I'm super confused about. Because clearly
I
Mina
wasn't clear either.
Because clearly Mina was eliminated a good few seconds before Starlight Kid. So
maybe this was one of those situations because I didn't see it, but the camera angle wasn't very good to see. But it is possible that maybe one of the other Oedo Tai members was distracting the ref in that time, and when he did turn around, he just saw them both and went, "Well, you're both done."
Yeah,
but like this one also, yeah, very confusing to me. I wasn't quite sure on how this one was supposed to end.
So we get the finals of the Gauntlet match with two new teams. It's Hanako and Syuri taking on Hazuki and Miss Shoulder Boulders herself, Iida. In the end, Syuri gets a sweep and gets the Bayako, which is the stretch muffler, which steps over into it's like a Boston Crab stretch muffler kind of deal.
It's a freaky deaky thing is what it is.
She gets it on Iida, who's bending in every kind of way. And Iida just taps out. So the winners of the Gauntlet match, only wrestling one match in the entire Gauntlet match, only wrestling one team in the entire Gauntlet match, is Hanako and Syuri.
And I mean, arguably both those teams, I mean, we would have been saying the same thing regardless of
100%.
Who won. But interesting to note that Hanako, again, new member to Stardom, seemingly member to, I would say, mentoree, student to the teacher of Syuri.
Studentia, yeah.
And picking up a win with Syuri. I find that very, very interesting. But this thing was all kinds of chaos.
All kinds of chaos.
All kinds of chaos. It's Kane.
Yeah, but I absolutely had a great time watching this match.
It was fun chaos.
Yeah, for me it was only like 16, 17 minutes because I watched it at 1.5 speed, but it was really good. It's just great. Just imagine the chaos you watch sped up, and that's what I watched. It was great though, so good. So we're gonna move on. It's Saki Kashima taking on Waka Tsukiyama. Cinderella Tournament quarterfinal match. I didn't think Waka was going to get this far. Nothing against her, but I'm so happy she is because I love the story they're telling with this girl. Going from can't win a match forever to finally getting her first win against Nane to now potentially going to the finals of this dang tournament. I love this. Like Saka shakes Waka's hand, and Waka kind of bows in it, and then Saki just up kicks her in the face.
Oedo Tai. I mean, but you gotta do what you gotta do, and Waka's on a roll.
Yeah, great seated abdominal stretch by Saki Kashima too. But Waka does struggle, makes the ropes. Saki ends up kicking the post when they're on the apron. She goes to kick Waka, and she ends up kicking the gosh darn post.
Yeah.
Oh, that did not look good.
Probably didn't feel good either.
But in the end, Waka gets that roll, it's like a rolling tiger suplex. So it's not a full tiger suplex. She grabs him, rolls back into a tiger suplex, and then flips on top, gets the stack pin, gets the win. It seems to be her finish now, is the rolling tiger suplex into the stack pin.
A little sneaky pin.
Sneaky pin on the sneaky lady.
And how shocked and pissed at the same time was Saki after that. Holy hot damn.
Darn.
That spinning backhand, though, that Saki nailed on Waka. Waka was feeling for the rest of the match. That poor girl. You can even see part of her jaw looked a little swollen after that little schmackadoo there. But yeah, Waka pulling up her own little. She out sneaked the sneak.
Yeah. And then after the match, Saki gives her a hug and they kind of bow, and then Saki up kicks her in the face again. As
We can
Waka's
only
bowing.
be so good for so long, Andre. It's Kashima Saki.
But I thought it was great. It's just it plays to her
Mhm.
character. She gave her respect, and it's like fuck you, kicks you in the face.
Because you know in her your little black heart and soul there that she was happy.
She does not have a
She'd been
black heart.
trying to recruit Waka for months now.
Very true. Very true. But we move on. It's Mirai versus Xena. Love the red and black gear from Xena.
Yes,
Looking.
that was actually one of my first notes. I really, really like that gear on her. It looked super good. I mean, her gold and black gear is just as good, but
Oh
that
yeah.
red gear.
Well, the black and gold gear. I when she's wearing that, I get Tessa Blanchard vibes. Like just in the look and how she looks
I
in
could
the
see that. I
yeah.
could see that. Nothing wrong with it.
No, not at all. But just it gives me that look. But the
Yeah.
red and black gear, it's a different look.
Neat.
It changes it up, and I very
Mhm.
much like that
Mhm.
because like Mariah May, her partner or her teammate, she has the dark pink version, and then the light pink version, but it's the same
Mhm.
gear. Where I like
Mhm.
that this is two distinct, separate pieces of gear.
Styles, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I do like I don't know if this is the right word or phrase for him, but like the top in the red and black gear, it's like very bondage looking. Um, I don't know. It seems to be a look nowadays that, and it's pretty hard. Not gonna lie,
Oh,
like coming from a
yeah.
straight girl. But like this was like definitely a battle of the matrix for me. Do you want the blue pill or the red pill?
Red pill.
Man, did these girls beat the heck out of each other? This was another power struggle
hmm
match between these two. Man, Mirai is just absolutely incredible, but man, is she so smart. She might be that powerhouse within God's Eye, as well as the rest of God's Eye, but she has this like technical brain that like okay, this is not working, I'm going to do this instead. Like she's a very very intelligent wrestler, and I think we saw that come out at the end of this match
hmm
because it took having to pretty much trap three of four limbs on Xena for Mirai to pick up the win over her.
hmm
This match was incredible. Andre, what did you think of it?
I think the power dynamic between the two was absolutely phenomenal. That you had
Mhm,
both women who are very much power dominant people in how
mhm,
they wrestle, very much going, but it didn't feel like it's just two big bulls hitting each other. And then because they both got into very technical stuff, and I
mhm,
really liked it. There was a great spot where Xena hopping off the second rope on the apron and clotheslining Mirai. Or sorry, she's in the inside and clotheslining Mirai, trying to knock her to the floor, and it's
mhm,
just like you can see her. But then Xena goes to start running to come back and smash her to knock her off, and Mirai comes through, somersaults up, and hits a huge lariat on Xena. So good. It's just that, and then Xena, that rolling like Death Valley driver that she does, a Green Bay plunge type move. Love it. Where or not, it's rolling Samoan. No, I guess more rolling Samoan. She gets her up and then spins and drops her in Samoan style. I guess more of a spinning Samoan. But I really
oh,
like that. Yeah, I guess it's not a
I
rolling
guess I
Death Valley
never
driver.
have
It's more
seen
of
that
a
one.
spinning Samoan. Yeah, but
Interesting.
I really like that. It was towards the end of the match, and then Mirai hitting that downward spiral, classic move right there, classic edge right there.
Mhm,
And then hits that wheelbarrow half Nelson suplex and then gets like again, you said she tied up like almost all her limbs, so she couldn't
All
kick
but
out.
one leg.
Yeah, so she couldn't get the leverage to kick out, and
Mm-hmm.
Mirai picks up an awesome victory here.
Very, very smart wrestler. Like it was like she threw everything that she could at her, and then just had to be like, I just got to outsmart her at the end of it. And boy, howdy, did it work.
Yep, very much so. Again, awesome contest between two. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
so looking forward to seeing what Xena does going forward with Club as part
100%.
of
I
Club
as
Venus
well.
and what she does just in general in this company because I think she fits so well.
100%. 100%. She's going to take this company great places.
And again, I love you like you said, it's a very international flavor. So you have that ability to really open it up to a North American audience with these women. Like Mina speaks pretty good English. I know there's a few other girls. I know Giulia speaks pretty good English. Thekla, but like
Waka.
having these walk, her commentary English was
It's
pretty.
a, it's it's a try. It's a
Con-
start.
Conversationally, she's fine. I've heard her talking, but
Mhm.
when she's trying to commentate, it's kind of tough. But it's having that ability to really communicate with the audience because she's Australian. Then you
Mhm.
have the Brits in Zaya
Mhm.
and Mariah, and then you have an American in Jessica Maya coming in.
Mhm.
Again, it opens up the ability for the audience to really start to help understand things more, which I will get
Mhm.
into what that's going to really help for April 23rd. We'll talk about that
Mhm.
at the end.
Mhm.
But yeah, we are going to move on. No more
'Cause we
fawning
will
over
talk
those
about
two.
them for days.
We're gonna fawn over these two. Natsuko Tora, Ami Sohrei. Holy shit. This is two big bulls smashing into each other. This is what this match was. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, these girls beat the holy heckin' shit out of each other. And Tora jump starting Ami in the backity back, pulling Ami out. Ami didn't even get a chance to derobe. She didn't get a chance to take her championship off. Tora just threw her the frack around, and man, was it awesome. It,
Mm-hmm.
it definitely was not something that we are used to seeing Ami Sohrei deal with. She's usually the powerhouse in charge. But when you step in the ring with Natsuko Tora, if you can make it to the ring before Natsuko Tora finds you, you know, that's again not the lady you want to mess with. She's going to unapologetically just rip your soul from existence and throw it into the crowd for the children to take home as a souvenir. Like, she is absolutely incredible. This match was amazing. That exchange on the apron there, right at the end there, had me so worried. So worried. Just because Tora has that tendency to just drop people back first, face first, head first, wrong body parts first onto the apron there. Andre, what do you think about this one?
I thought this two just killed it because again, this was only
Mm,
like 5.5 minutes or something, or 5 minutes
very
long.
short, yeah.
But it was still what they packed into this. That
Mm,
cannonball that Tora did to Ami, who's against the post. Oh, brutal. The chops in this, man.
mhm,
Then that whole apron spot, and then she tries to get the fu on the apron,
mhm,
or she fu, and then hits like two sentons. I wrote cannonballs, but they actually were sentons.
mhm,
And this is where she picks up Ami. Raka goes to smash Ami in the face with the case, smashes Tora in the face, and Ami knocks Ruaka off, then picks her up, Tora onto her shoulders, and just yeet to the floor.
mhm.
I'm learning to be hip like you.
We're trendy. We're
we're
cool.
tre- we're trendy. I don't know. I'm never gonna try to be that person. But gets the
We.
elimination. Gets the elimination victory. Awesome.
Mhm.
I
And
thought
like,
perfect way to end.
yes, I was just gonna say it was the absolute perfect way to end because I don't I don't want to take away from Ami, but I don't know that she has that power right now to be able to physically upset or outsmart Tora quite yet.
Mhm.
Like, she's working very hard, and like as the future of Stardom champion, she's doing a very, very good job. But Tora been around a hot minute. You know, she's had the red belt. That's a high mountain to climb there. But man, did she do a fantastic job.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous. These two just
Hmm.
killed it. So we're going to our final quarterfinal match. It's Momo Watanabe versus Mai Sakurai. So Momo tries to attack Mai during an
Hmm.
entrance, but Mai gets the upper hand, gets to the bat from Momo, and cracks her.
Kraken.
Whew. And then they're fighting. They get in the ring, and then Momo gets the advantage back, takes it back to the floor, sending Mai into the chairs a couple times, hits her with the bat. Like, dude, like, whoo. Then Momo gets it back in the ring. She ends up getting like a rear naked choke, then just lets her go and just buzzsaw kicks her in the head, like Yajiri style buzz. Like, oh,
Hmm.
I love seeing these girls do buzzsaw kicks. They look so good. It's one of my favorite kicks in professional wrestling. But they end up both going. The end of it comes. They both go over the top to the apron. Momo goes for a dude buster, but Mai reverses it, gets out, and hits. And then Momo ends up hitting a Meteora onto the apron. And then Mai just takes Momo and shoves her off, sending her to the floor. Like an insanely unexpected victory with what
Hmm.
just happened.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Like, what a night. And like, Momo had her soul snatchers out in full force. We saw my Sakurai's soul exit and re-enter her body several times,
I was gonna
especially
say like,
that second time after they got back into the ring there. Man, Momo's kicks, they're so quick. So it's just the sequential ability that she has to just hit them just one right after the other is absolutely crazy. Her talent is just so insane. And she's also one of Astrid's personal favorites. Yeah. So, Momo, you got a natural fan there.
yep. But again, absolutely awesome. These two
Such a
killed
good
it.
match.
So Mai gets the mic, and I have to shout out because her promos have been actually really cool. She says she
Hmm.
buried the rotten peach and made it to the final four because she's Peach Thunder, right? Or
Hmm.
some,
Hmm.
yeah. So I love that she said she buried the
Isn't she the
rotten
Black
peach
Peach?
or black peach. I don't know, but her one of her moves is Peach Thunder. But the fact that she called her a rotten peach, so good. Whoever is like coming up, I don't know if it's her coming up with it or if they have. I don't know if they have writers. I don't know. Like again, it's professional wrestling. There's been writers for so many years. I don't know what companies do scripted promos, what don't. But dude, this was
I
perfect.
mean, their partnership with NJBW, let's maybe think that maybe Gato
Hoping
might have something to do with it.
I'm hoping it's bullet points, and she just kind of like, "This is what you're supposed to say," and then comes up. I'm really hoping she came up with that rotten peach line because it was just
Perfect.
perfection. I thought, and then she says, "There's a lots of ugly men here."
Yeah, I mean, do your thing, girl. Do your
I love her.
thing.
I absolutely love her, man. I think she's been doing absolutely tremendous, man.
I agree. I agree. I've enjoyed this evolution into the lady persona.
Yeah, the lady, my Sakurai, is awesome.
The lady.
The lady. So we're gonna move on to the semi-main event of this show. It's
Hmm.
semi. It is Kakeru Sekiguchi and Natsupoi versus. This is part of the Himeka Retirement Road versus Himeka and Miyuki Takase.
Correct.
I don't know if it was Sakaisi or something. I don't know. So
No,
like, dude, some of the
Takase.
names here are just crazy. So yeah. Kakeru's music, that super hard sound.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, it was
yeah. And her look is so good too.
her music awesome. And then
Mm.
Natsupoi coming out twirling the baton, looking all cute and
Yes,
stuff.
yes. Her
And then
DDM Natsupoi. That was what Natsupoi did before joining Cosmic Angel, she always came out with the baton.
There you go. And then I haven't heard, again, I skip a lot of entrances, but I didn't this time. Himeka Stingle's music. That's a banger.
Jumbo Princess song, yes. That's on my workout music, actually.
You got to send me what the name is so I can put it on my phone.
Yeah,
I
can do that.
need that song. And I got to find out Kara's music, what that is, because
we'll have to Shazam.
Yeah, but dude, absolutely tremendous. Dude, these women tore the house down. Hoo-wee. Like, there's a beautiful spot. Kakera hit a flying armbar onto Miyuki, and takes her down with a flying armbar. But like, and then Miyuki gets up, stacks, lifts her up, and just power bombs the shit out of her to get out of the armbar. Wow. Like, who are these two? Who are these two girls? I want more.
I don't know. I know as much as you do, but I'm as equally impressed about them as you are.
I want more of these two. They are absolutely tremendous. Kakeru and Nat with those simultaneous dives to the floor on opposite sides of the ring.
Yes.
I was just like, yes, I'm living for this. This is awesome. Great superplex. So when Miyuki went to superplex Kakeru, I really thought they were going to hit the Olivia Newton bomb there. That power, like, I really thought that, but then I thought they were going to do the Micah and Himeka move, but they didn't. I was like, oh, I kind of got a little bit disappointed with that. I was literally, when she was sitting up, I'm like, and you see Himeka start to get up, I'm like, and they hit the Olivia Newton bomb, and then she hit the suplex, and I'm like, delete. I'm like, dang it! I thought I could call the move beforehand.
No.
But yeah, absolutely tremendous. Beautiful KOD by Himeka to Kakeru. And then dual Germans by Natsuko and Kakeru. And then Himeka and Miyuki getting right back up and smashing lariats into Natsuko and Kakeru. But in the end, Himeka gets a roll up on Kakeru, but can't get the win. And the bell goes for the 15-minute time limit.
Yeah, and I was very concerned because I could hear the announcer like making little like da 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 da. It's like, I don't know what you're saying.
Well, he'll go 5 minutes.
He was doing the countdown, I'm sure.
5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 15 seconds, and then.
See, and I couldn't hear it.
Well,
I couldn't hear him, and I couldn't understand what he was saying. So I was just sitting there going, "What's going on?" And at first, I thought that Kakeru had actually won. Yeah, but then when the music started playing, I'm like, "No, that's the time limit draw music." Okay, good. How appropriately were these two teams teamed, though?
Oh, absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, very, very similar to Natsuko's style. Miyuki also very similar to Himeka's style. But man, oh man, Miyuki and Kakeru, when they were in there together, I definitely felt like it was like less of a Himeka retirement show and more of their show. They were very much so showcased in this match. And I hope to see these guys or girls pop up on the New Blood show a little bit more and on Stardom more frequently, because holy hot dang, they were good.
Like, I'm wondering, did these girls come up at the same time as Himeka, and they brought them, and they're working for another company, and they brought them in to have a match with her in her retirement road? I don't know, but I absolutely want so much more of these two.
If you guys know the connection that these two have to Himeka, let us know in the comments down below.
Tell me.
Help us help you.
Yeah. And whatever Kakeru's music is, I need to know it.
Tag us in her music. We need to know.
Yeah. But we move on. Main event, Artist of Stardom title match.
Hi.
15.5 minutes of absolutely tremendous wrestling.
Yeah. This was 15.5 minutes of ass kickery. And like a deathmatch faction doing a non-deathmatch match and having an incredible match. We can't talk enough about all 6 of these women individually enough. Like Risa Sera is a freaking tank, and her start with Utami at the beginning there, captain versus captain. My goodness, the shoulder
Mhm.
blocks, the strikes. Like we've seen these two tango before. I would like to see them tango again.
I want it more.
Um,
I want more.
yeah, and Suzu Suzuki. I mean, we know how much I just love Suzu Suzuki. I cannot get enough of this woman. I personally think that this woman should be on and in everything. The showdown that she kind of had with Kamitani there, holy hot dang! Could we see if Mina somehow doesn't defeat Kamitani
No.
for the title? I'm just a hypothetical. Could we see Suzu Suzuki challenging for a singles title within Stardom and not just a tag title? I personally like, and we've said it before. You know, Risa Sera might be the captain, but Suzu Suzuki almost feels like that elevated talent within prominence that could be what brings prominence to a more higher level than Risa Sera, who tends to be, you know, a little bit more quiet, especially on mic, with in regards to promo. Um, the like Karumi Hiragi is just a treasure. That woman just gets up and moves. It doesn't matter what you do to her or how you throw her, where you throw her, how she lands. She's going to get back up and she's going to make you regret getting back up with her.
Mhm.
She's just an absolute tank. She's so fast, so spry, so flexible. I just can't say enough great things about her. Andre, what do you think of this?
I'm my first comment is I'm pissed at Izumi.
Why?
She took away my nasty plex. Suzu set up for the nasty flex. Okay, this is where Suzu sets somebody up for the ropes and runs, slides, and Germans them
Yep.
down. We call it
Yep.
the nasty flex because our boy Nasty Nate Nixon does it
He does
here in
indeed.
Upper. So we always refer to this as nasty flex. Izumi cut her off while she was going to do it.
She did, yes. How
Oh,
dare you?
I was so pissed. But dude, this match when Utami went for that hijack bomb and Risa Sarah turned it into a poison freaking Rana.
Hmm.
Oh, I thought she killed Utami on that.
Utami probably thought she killed Utami.
That was so good. But yes,
Hmm.
Hiragi, the speed that this woman has, it's Samoa Joe in his prime levels. Is that
Hmm.
she? As big as she moves so fast and smashes you like she hit this. Okay, so Azumi was like hit like a wheelbarrow into a La Mystica on
Hmm.
Hiragi and then turns it into a Rings of Saturn. But Hiragi gets up with Azumi pulling her arms back and then flips her again, flips her one more time, and then dominates her. It's a sit out dominator. By God. By God. By God. If it was JR was on the call, that's what he would be yelling right there. But dude, like so good. Like all of these women, just absolutely phenomenal. I want to see Suzu versus Utami. I want to see Hiragi challenge for the high speed title because I think she can.
You know what? I would love to see that.
For as big
Because
of
why couldn't she? I mean, she was clearly keeping up with Azumi.
I look at their high speed title in a very similar sense as that I look at the X Division title. That it's not about the weight limit or anything. It's about a
Mhm.
style, and I think Hiragi can, as big as she is, she's not quite as fast as a Azumi, a Starlight Kid, but she is fast. She moves.
Mhm.
She moves like it was a Husky Harris like move like a like how like there was a I can't remember the description for Husky Harris when he was on NXT, but there were like the former the Bray Wyatt, who's Bray Wyatt now. He was like moved like a tank with a Ferrari engine. That's what Hiragi is. She
Yeah.
moves so fast, but she's built like a brick shit house, and it's awesome.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true.
So the end of this match, Hiragi hits the inverted dude buster. Then Risa and Suzu get the piggyback knees, but only get 2. So Suzuki hits the tequila shot on Utami, but can only get 2. So she hits the rolling German suplex, otherwise known as the rolling chaos theory, into the and then lands it with the bridge, gets the win.
What a main event!
Yeah,
What a main event!
and it's still not over because
No.
Prominence gets the mic. And I'm gonna skip a bunch of stuff here to get to the big points. Suzuki says Prominence wants to defend the titles at Yokohama. So who answers the challenge? Kairi.
And did you see the attitude that Kairi was given by Queen's Quest upon their entry?
She called well the Queen's Quest, yes, but then the attitude she gave to Suzuki.
I'm saying because Azumi shoved her. Actually, physically shoved her outside the ring, like, get the heck out of here.
Yeah. And then when she's in the ring, she calls Suzu Rose, which I think is an old name of hers. It might be. I don't know. For maybe when she was younger in the business. I don't know.
Maybe it's her real name.
Could be. And then it was, I'm sorry, Suzu Suzuki. And says Suzu Suzuki with such an air of attitude. So she said that Kairi says she wants a challenge, and she has 2 special partners ready. Brings out the first one. It's Natsuko. So, dude, already I'm excited. And then she brings out a mask lady. She takes off the mask, and I'm like, who the fuck is that?
The same.
I'm not familiar. Her name is Syuri Anu. Or Anu-san, as Suzuki called her at one point. I guess they have a history. It seems like Anu and Suzuki. She says, "I'm not the young liar." She's like, "I'm not the little kid" or something. She references that she's not the young person anymore. So that obviously they have a history somewhere there. So this is obviously building off Joshi history. I'm just not familiar with it, but I'm all in for this artist match, dude. That April 23rd Stardom show.
Stacked.
Ooh.
Stack-a-jacked.
I'm like, it's
going to be a gooder.
It's going to be insane. Like I'm insanely excited, and we are going to be reviewing it. Do not worry, ladies and gentlemen. We will be reviewing this show. That will come out in a couple weeks, or that'll be out next week. We'll have the finals of this Stardom tournament probably coming out early in the week. Then this will follow it midweek, and then we'll have some more New Japan later in the week. Because again, that's just how it's kind of going to line up. But holy moly! Like I've got the card here. I'm going to just quickly run it down, like very fast. Just some of the highlights. Giulia versus Tam Nakano for the world title. Awesome. Sai Kamitani losing the Wonder of Stardom title to Mina Shirakawa. Mercedes Monet versus Mayu Iwatani for the IWGP title. Chihiro Hashimoto versus Syuri. Holy crap. Prominence versus, I guess they're called Restart. And then you have 7-Up versus New Eras, which is Ami and Mirai. And then there's more, which is Himeka and Maika. Then there's more matches. There's the Club Venus 8-man match. The Club Venus and teaming up with Thekla for some reason. Taking on Oedo Tai. Like,
what?
Yes. It's listed as Club Venus's Mariah,
Walker in there. Oh, Walker is already fighting.
And Jesse versus, and with Thekla versus Oedo Tai.
Gato fix it.
Waka's not on this card, as far as I know. So, but I guess they want to get Thekla on the card because I think
Thekla's good for views, though. I mean, everyone loves Thekla. She's freaking awesome.
I think we're getting Waka on the call with Chris Charlton because Chris Charlton is going to be announcing this show.
Yay!
Live
Love
English
us some Chris
commentary
Weldon.
for Stardom. And I'm
English
guessing manga.
commentary. And hopefully some English commentary I can understand. Because the only other English commentary that I've had on Stardom was a gentleman who did very, very well, but he very obviously had a very thick Scottish accent.
Stuart Fulton.
Yeah, Melball cannot understand that one.
I love that man. I love his commentary. I think he's absolutely tremendous because he is the lead English commentator for Pro Wrestling Noah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
So
his accent is thick.
oh, it is. You have to learn his voice. And again, I've watched enough Noah that I've learned to hear certain words from him. Yeah. But
With
dude,
3 C's.
Stardom going forward for the next couple of weeks, absolutely insane. We have the finals on April 15th, technically today for us because we're recording this on April 15th, but we are going to be watching this again later this week when it pops up in Stardom World, and we'll be getting it to you next week. And then we'll also have the April 23rd show for you in that week because we want to get that one out within a few days too also. So this is going to be awesome. There's some great wrestling on board right now.
I got a busy week ahead of me.
Yeah, I got work, my main job that I got to go to every day, and then I've got so much wrestling to watch. I've got some Power Rangers to watch with Andreas that I'm going to talk about this coming Saturday on OLE. I'm excited. So much great content.
Amazing. And that being said, Andre, I don't think we have anything else to say on this tournament because holy hot dang. It's been so long.
We'll be back. So we'll be back.
We'll be back.
But I want to make some shout outs quickly before we go. I want to thank our friends over at Backbreaker Video, my boy, Mike the Ref, and all the other people that are associated with the channel, including us, and Mastrid, and Cody, and all the great people over at Backbreaker Media. I want to thank Mike, and especially Mike, so much. All the great support he's given me over the years, and the great support he's given us throughout our time with the podcast, simulcasting everything. You can check. Oh, I didn't change to his crap. I'm a bad man. You can check him out, youtube.com/@BreakBreakerVideo, twitch.tv/MikeTheRef, where you can watch all his great gaming content and his live streams, his stream every Wednesday watching AEW Dynamite. And you can check out all the really plays his gaming stuff at youtube.com/@BreakBreaker_gaming. And if you are watching us on Backbreaker Video, please give us a like, give the channel a subscription, give us a comment, but also please head over to, Mel's going to point it out, to Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk. There's ours. There we go. At youtube.com/Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk. Please go over to the channel, check it out. Please give us a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment. We want to hear from you, whether you're on Backbreaker Video or you're on our channel. Comment. We want to know. Mike will will let us know about the comments. We will check them out. We will respond to you. We want to hear from you because we love you all and we love talking to you. So thank you all so very, very much.
And we also need some of the information because there's just some stuff we don't know.
Yeah.
And that being said, my friend, if they're wanting to follow you on social media and check out any other of your shows, where can they find you?
Social media is at That Canada Guy on Twitter, at That Canada Dude on Instagram, and at That Canada Guy on Mastodon and Hive. You'll be able to find me over on OLE this coming Saturday with my Power Rangers review with our boy, the humanoid freak Andreas, along with in a couple weeks. The first weekend of May, you can check myself out with OL Ed. We're going to be we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm pretty sure we have a guest star lined up might have a guest showing up. I don't know. Nothing's confirmed yet. It's if that guest can see the movie in time for us to do the review. So you never know. You never know who might show up and hang out with us and watch and talk to Marvel. We might have
a natural.
Might be natural. There might even be a foe. We don't know.
Jeepers.
We have a lot of. Could be anybody, but I'm very much looking forward to that. So please check out my review of Power Rangers Once a Ranger this coming Saturday with my boy Andreas, and then the
having
following
an earthquake in Morinville there, sir.
My table shakes kind of easily. And then a couple weeks later, please check me out on Marvel Talk on OLE. Right here is OLE at twitch.tv/our local establishment. I mean to go back to this. Aha!
Step back from the table, sir. Step back from the table. If you're wanting to follow a Melball on social media, you can follow her at Collins Melball on Twitter or at Melball Collins on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Mastodon. You can also follow us on our Facebook page, Andre Melball's Wrestling Talk. I'm usually on there once in a while. Come check us out. Come be a part of the conversation. And you can also check out myself and the natural Astrid Pizarro on Astrid Pizarro's YouTube channel, Astrid Pizarro, where you can catch me on and Astrid doing the Ladies Wrestling Showcase, where we talk about all things women's professional wrestling. Sometimes we have guests on there. We just had Lauren Goodnight on there a few weeks ago, talking about some of the crazy stuff coming out of women's professional wrestling. This Friday, you're going to want to tune in and hear us talking about all of the new stuff happening, including Trish's return and turn on Becky Lynch, Mercedes Moné, Azumi, and Hazuki's IWGP Championship match. You don't want to miss out on that. What else am I doing? You can also catch me on our local establishment's original programming, Paramindful, where all things are spooky ooky. You can catch us on the OLE YouTube there, as well as the Paramindful YouTube. I think that is it, my friend. Do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
Enjoy professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, and give us a like and
Enjoy
subscribe.
professional wrestling indeed. And that being said, everyone, I am your Melball. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Mwah!